Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. If my face looks a little off, I got burnt over the weekend and I'm in the process of peeling and it's a hot mess. I try to work with it as best as I could, so don't hate me for it. I won't look like horrible forever, but usually the light's forgiving. We'll see what it feels like being like today in a little when I'm editing this. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So today's video is going to be my June wrap up. I did, I think, extremely well this month. I finished a book and I read 7 others. I think the first thing I did this month was finished Thirst by Christopher Pike. Don't know why I didn't show it. Anyway, I read pretty much the last book because each book has 3 books and this is just about a I forgot how old she was already. Like 10,000? No, 5,000? 5,000 years old? Is she 5,000 years old? And it's just like, shit that happens to her. Super fun. It was really entertaining in this breeze through old school paranormal kind of romancy. It's kind of ridiculous, and the things that happen, it's so exaggerated, but I think Christopher Pike did such an extremely good job with it, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend if you just need some fun vampire. And the ratings on Goodreads I think get pretty good as the series continues, because there's 5 bind-ups. There's 15 books in total, so I can't wait to get to the second one, but I think I'm gonna hold off for a bit. But first, then I read Frayed by Kara Terzis, and Frayed is just about a girl who loses her sister and she wants to find out what happened to her sister, and it turns into just being this thing, and I don't want to tell you more because it is a mystery slash thriller. It has twists, it has turns, the writing's really good, the descriptions are really good. I loved it for a YA, I was gonna say fantasy. For young adult, mystery thriller, I thought this was up there. This was really up there. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. There was just a couple of things I needed a little more space in between where things started happening and whatnot, but I thought it was just so good. It has its twists and turns, but that's why I don't want to go into it too much. But I also have a review for it, so I'll link that down below. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I really loved this book. Yes, it has tropes. Yes, it reminds me a crap ton, and I mean a crap ton of Red Rising. I am in love with this. I think I gave this first one 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. I have a review. I'll link it down below. After I read Red Queen, I was on I couldn't stop. So I picked up Cruel Crown, which are the 2 novellas that are prequel novellas. They're not necessarily super important to the plot because things that you find out here, you're going to find out in Glassword anyway, at least when it relates to one of them. But I still think it was actually a really good addition. It was just nice. The information was good. The writing is really great. I gave the whole little book a 4 out of 5. After I read Cruel Crown, I read Glass Sword. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Obviously, I can't tell you what it's about because of spoilers. It was so good. Again, I literally only took half off because there was just a couple Red Rising things, but it was so good. And there's just so much happens. And then I was just like, oh my god, but it's really enjoyable. I like this one a lot more than I liked Red Queen, and that's that Red Queen is still really good. 4 out of 5 stars. I have a review. I'll link it down below. I read Genesis Girl by Jennifer Bardsley. I got this for free through BookTube Tours in exchange for an honest review. I'll leave all the information on BookTube Tours down below because if you're a booktuber or a bookstagrammer but you're not signed up to be a host, you can go to Grace's blog, lovingthembooks.blogspot.something.com. I think, why did I say something? But anyway, this is about a girl named Blanca who lives in a world. I noticed that in a few videos ago. I was like, this book, who lives in a world? Who lives in a world? All of the books were like that as I was describing them. Anywhoomski. But she lives in a world where everything is really, people are very focused on technology and the internet, mainly being online, posting online, all of that good stuff. And was brought up in a school called Tabula Rasa. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly. But that school shelters these kids until they reach the age. If they haven't been online or anything, they are then auctioned off to companies or private owners in order to help sell products, because they say, oh, these people haven't been online, they're trustworthy, they haven't been corrupted, they haven't been, like damaged by the online world or whatever. And Blanca gets sold to a guy named Cal McNeil, and the story takes off from there. And it's just really interesting, this world of Vestals, which is just a purity. They were white, and it's just so good. It's so unique. I have a review for this. I'll link down below. I'm telling you, I have reviews for everything. But it's so good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The last physical book I read this month was The Merciless by Danielle Vega. Again, I have a review for this. I'll link down below. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was amazing. It was creepy. It was cringeworthy. But it's about a girl named Sophia, and she moves to a new town. She moves around a lot. Things happen in the last town she lived in. She was kind of bullied on and stuff, and then she goes to this new town, and she's trying to make friends, and then it's literally like Mean Girls meets The Craft, and this is their baby, and then they like kidnap someone, and these religious bitches go crazy. It's so good, so much fun. Can't tell you more than that though, because I feel like, why would I? But it's creepy, and it's written so well. I love Danielle Vega's writing, and this is literally like you could sit down and read this in one sitting. Super quick to read. And the sequel's actually coming out next month, which is The Exorcism of Sophia, what's her last name, Flores? Yep, Flores. I knew her last name, but 4 out of 5 stars. Really liked it. Highly recommend. The last book I read this month, just because I'm actually taking a break today, tomorrow, because tomorrow's the last day of the month. And I know I'm not going to read a whole book, but anywho-ski, the last full book I read this month was And I Darkened by Kirsten White. Okay, I received that book for free through NetGalley for review. I know I say this a lot because I've been saying it a lot. Again, I talked about how everything I've read this year, whether it's a 3.5 or a 5 out of 5, I've loved. But this is love on a whole nother level. Like, I love this book more than I loved Glittering Court, and you guys know how much I freaking loved Glittering Court, but it's kind of like right up that alley, just beyond it. I loved it more than A Study in Charlotte and freaking Into the Dim, and it was just so bloody and so gruesome. Oh, as you can tell, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I actually am going to go review that as soon as I'm done with this video, so it will look the same, but I was supposed to put it up yesterday because the book's already out. It came out yesterday, so if you're interested in it, you can get it. And I'm sorry, I'm so excited, I'm all over the place. But the book's about a girl, a brother and a sister named Leda, brother named Radu, and they are living in, it's not like necessarily a fantasy world because there's no like magic system, unless it's coming in later, but it is more like a historical, brutal amazingness, because it's about a brother and a sister whose father, named Vlad, is the prince of Wallachia, the dragon, and she's ugly, her brother's handsome, and they get sold as like a peace offering from their father to, well, the people they're in a war with, the Ottomans. And the story takes off from there. I do recommend it if you like Game of Thrones. Like, maybe if you're older, I don't know, honestly I would just recommend it to anyone because it's intense. It has a slow burning romance, and you guys know I'm not a huge romance, but holy crap, oh, the romance in this was just so good. And there's a couple romances and I'm just like, what? Okay, it was just so good. Leda is brutal. She's strong. She's like the most kick-ass freaking female lead protagonist I've ever read about. And Radu was just so sweet and cunning, and he's smart, and I loved it. I loved everything that happened. The only thing I had a slight issue with, but I didn't even take it off because like after 20% of the way through the book, it was like gone. I had to just adjust to Kirsten White's writing, and her writing is really good though. But 5 out of 5 stars. I seriously love it, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to get my physical copy. Like, you have no idea how badly I want to just reread it again. Oh, it was so good. I seriously loved it. I highly recommend it. It's just about power, and they live back in the day, and like Leda wants to be a man. Not like to be a man, it would be easier if she was. She admits that in some parts, but she just wants to be treated equally, and it's about like, it has a religion and it has all this stuff, and it's just so good. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm super excited because I can't wait to go review it. So my review for that will probably be up after this because I'm going to go film it right now. But those were all the books I read this month. I enjoyed all of them. They're super good. I highly recommend. And I can't wait for, you know, the sequel to a lot of these books. But I need the second book to Anti-Darken, like, right now. Like, I want to go pick up every Kirsten White book, but I know it's not going to be the same because it's not going to have Leda and Radu and Mehmed, and it's just so good. I'm sorry. I do not kid when I say the more brutal the book is, the happier I'm going to be. But anyway, those are the books I read this month. I really enjoyed them all. I know I just said that a second ago. But what are some of the books you guys read this month? And, you know, I'm super excited about everything I read. I really enjoyed everything I read. And I can't wait for next month. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.